How's it going, guys? So, I'm going to review Prisoners, the new film by Denis Villeneuve. Villeneuve. How's it going, guys? So, I'm here to review the newest film, Prisoners, directed by Denis Villeneuve. How's it going, guys? So, I'm here to review Prisoners, directed by Denis Villeneuve. How's it going, guys? So I'm here to review the newest film, Prisoners, directed by Denis Villeneuve. It stars Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. And a lot of people have already kind of posted their reviews and have been claiming it as the best movie you'll see this year. And I can't really disagree with them. I've seen a few movies, I think, that are a little bit better, but they're kind of smaller movies that I don't think most people have seen, so this would technically be the best movie you've seen all year. And I wouldn't make an argument against the movie being claimed as the best, but I would be fighting for it, so to speak. But the thing that I love most about this movie is the two different perspectives the film shows you in the movie through these two characters. And for a movie that's almost 2.5 hours long, it jumps into its plot pretty quickly. Within the first 15 minutes, the girls have been abducted and the search for them has already begun. And the rest of the movie is like a slow, deliberate pacing that keeps you like intense in scenes that otherwise wouldn't be if they just rush through them. But because they take there's time with these scenes and let them play out kind of in real time, you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what's going on and what's going to be found. And on Hugh Jackman's side of the storyline, I believe his name's Keller, he's the rage-induced dad that does whatever it takes to find his daughter, and he crosses the line of morality a bit, and he kidnaps the guy in question who many believe has some knowledge of where the girl's whereabouts are, but he doesn't necessarily talk, and Hugh Jackman kind of kidnaps him and tortures him and beats the fuck out of him and kind of messes with his head a bit and tortures him both mentally and physically. And at first you're all for him doing this, and some people will be all for it at the end too. But what I like is they slowly reveal things about this guy that he's torturing, and you kind of question whether this guy actually knows anything and what he's doing is right. I mean, Hugh Jackman's trying to do the right thing through wrong methods, but at the end of the day, he just wants his girls back. And it's a question that a lot of people would have to ask themselves, what would they do in this situation? And that's one of the many questions this film asks its audience. And it's a really good side of the story. And then on the flip side, you get a completely different kind of style, and that's through Jake Gyllenhaal's Detective Loki. He's very smart, he's very calculated, and he's very controlled. And so he approaches kind of scenes as if every scene could be a potential crime scene, every place, and he kind of sees things and looks for things we normally wouldn't, and he handles himself very well. And his side of the story is much more about unraveling the mystery behind the girls, because Hugh Jackman's part is mainly just about kind of showing you his methods and that morality question, and Jake Gyllenhaal kind of just takes you through the procedural of trying to solve the case. And it's very interesting because this movie, when you first start it and begin, you're going to think that it's a run-of-the-mill type of cop movie that you've seen in the past. But through time, they peel back and reveal things that make the case and the situation far more compelling, and by the end, it kind of connects all of its dots, and you get a very, very interesting and well-made conclusion to the case. It's not anything mind-blowing, but it is kind of what you wouldn't expect to happen. I mean, at the end of the movie, though, I kind of should have seen that coming, but that's the thing. This film goes into so much detail that it does present the facts in front of you, and you have to catch them as the movie goes along. What else is there? Oh, the thing about this movie is the story was good too. I mean, it was very well done and very interesting. But without the acting that Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman brought to the movie, it really wouldn't have been a huge issue, or it wouldn't have been as good. Hugh Jackman is getting a lot of the limelight because he plays a juicier type of role, because he gets to play the rage-induced father who has those winning scenes that Oscar people tend to like. And I'm not saying he's bad. He's very good. If he got nominated, I wouldn't mind it at all. But I'm not going to fight for him or make a case to nominate him. I think on the Jake Gyllenhaal's character is far more interesting, and Jake Gyllenhaal himself gave that character such a compelling presence that I do think he was amazing in this movie and deserves Oscar attention. His character is just so mysterious and so much different than Hugh Jackman, who kind of plays that one-note character. He's good at the one note, but he never shows a softer side or any other side. Jake Gyllenhaal kind of shows you the held-back cop who goes through the procedures correctly and wants to play it safe, but then he can flip his switch and he kind of turns it on and becomes aggressive, and he knows when to push your buttons. And he's just so good in this movie, and I just absolutely loved him. And he's the thing I cannot get out of my head when I think about this movie. Sorry, excuse me. He's so good in this movie, and I think without him, I don't know how this movie would have turned out, because his side of the story was, in my opinion, just much more interesting to watch. A lot of people loved Hugh Jackman's violent side, but after a while, it kind of got a little tiresome. The directing in this movie, I've never seen anything. The director, his name's like Denis Villeneuve. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I've never seen anything, I don't think, of his before, but he just did a fantastic job with this movie, because it is 2.5 hours long, and normally I've seen some people complain that it's a little too long, and I can kind of agree, but the things he's able to put into that runtime makes the movie just so good. His deliberate pacing makes the movie thrilling, and it's not thrilling in your typical sense. And a lot of people have been comparing this to Zodiac, and it's a very good comparison, because it also has that look as well, not just the actual plot of the movie, but just the look and feel just feels mysterious and compelling, and you don't know what's going to happen next, and it's so creepy without ever actually being creepy. And it's a movie that's just dominated by a bunch of factors, and it's well deserving of all the praise it's getting. I'm going to give Prisoners a 9 out of 10. Comment down below and tell me what you thought of the characters, and if you were a Hugh Jackman fan or Jake Gyllenhaal fan, or if you were just both. I mean, I'm both, but I would lean more towards Jake Gyllenhaal. If you liked my video, give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe. Until the next time, guys, I'll see you later.